If you like 4X games, then watch this video completely. Because in this video I will show you the 10 best 4X games on PC that you should definitely try in 2022. So without wasting any more time, let's start this video. The first game of this video is Age of Wonders Planetfall. Another notable high fantasy 4X franchise is Age of Wonders, with Planetfall being one of the series' highlight installments. There's a lot to learn in each campaign, from a plethora of distinct and intriguing species to complicated relationships between governments. Turn-based combat is inspired by the XCOM series, with a devilishly steep learning curve and versatile strategies that let you attack any issue with aggressiveness or diplomacy. Next up we have Aggressors Ancient Rome. Aggressors Ancient Rome is the best 4X game for history fans, particularly those who appreciate antiquity. It's another 4X game that does a fantastic job of presenting the civilization it's patterned after. While this has the unintended consequence of making the game feel unnecessarily complex at times, the level of complexity is comparable to other historical 4X games such as Civilization. Number 3 we have Total War Rome Remastered. The original Rome, Total War is largely regarded with establishing the tone and standard for the Total War series. It was lauded at the time for offering completely 3D visuals, as well as a lengthy narrative and rich modding tools for players to explore. In it, players oversee one of history's most evolved civilizations, raising armies of troops from 38 different playable factions. Next up we have Oriental Empires. If fantasy isn't your style, or you're interested in Chinese history, Oriental Empires is a fantastic new strategy game that pays homage to 4X's board game roots. For starters, it employs the WEGO method, which is common in many tabletop games, in which each player's turn is resolved at the same time. Furthermore, randomized events are thrown into the mix to make things fresh and surprising, challenging you to be on your toes if you want to win. Next up we have Humankind. While Humankind is still finding its feet in the 4X market, we have faith in Amplitude Studios' ability to deliver the game to where it needs to be. Its build is a worthy Civilization replacement, with players recreating history across 60 diverse periods ranging from the Bronze Age to the current age. Even if many of its components feel like a rehash of Sid Meier's games, Humankind has a graphics advantage as well as an active modding culture. Next up we have Shadow Empire. Shadow Empire, a military-focused wargame from VR Designs and Slitherine, is another difficult 4X game that'll put your skills to the test. The first thing you'll notice when you load it up is the game's ugly UI mixed with less than stellar visuals, which aren't usually the emphasis of 4X games but are worth highlighting. Number 7 we have Civilization 6. Sid Meier's games are typically what first to mind when you think about 4X, and for good reason. They routinely receive positive reviews and are towards the top of Steam's most played rankings. Civilization 6, in particular, distinguishes itself from its predecessors by expanding on the greatest aspects of Civilization 5 while remaining true to the series' essential ideas. Next up we have Fallen Enchantress Legendary Heroes. Fallen Enchantress Legendary Heroes, another Stardock Entertainment product, held the best 4X fantasy game title before it was passed to Endless Legend. However, this is better defined as a wargame first and foremost, one that purposely drives players toward combat and away from diplomacy. Next up we have Warhammer 40 Kelvin Gladius Relics of War. If Annihilation is more important to you than other 4X features, the Warhammer games will be your bread and butter. Gladius Relics of War, which blends updated combat systems with simplified resource-producing features, is one of the better entries to plunge into. The only true disadvantage, depending on your preferences, is how tough it is to play the game diplomatically, as many scenarios need or eventually culminate in bloodshed. The last game of this video is Stellaris. Stellaris is another spacefaring game that comes highly recommended, with an appealing combination of grand strategy and 4X-inspired action. In it, players choose from a variety of intergalactic races or construct their own before starting out to conquer an entire solar system. While its scope may not be as broad as that of some of the other games on our list, it does a good job of allowing players to utilize precision to select the type of empire they will be. So that's the list of 10 best 4X games for PC in 2022. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more gaming videos. Also, share this video with your friends.